right, here is a situation. We've got dimmers on this circuit in 3 locations. Rear porch, dining room, and master bedroom. What is taking place? The dimmer for the porch recess lighting, once we put it in dim, start toggling it down, the lights start to flicker on the inside. On all the lighting within this circuit. I'm not so sure you can really see it in the video, but it's taking place. But it's not flickering with the lights on the porch that the dimmer is activating or working with. Now, with doing that, and that only takes place with that dimmer switch. All of the other ones, nothing takes place. It works like it's supposed to. No flickering. The range works within the lighting perimeters of dim to like 5%, I think is what they're rated for. No flickering. The other one, no flickering. I had the electrician come out, the contractor, and what they stated and what they told me is we had an interference. And of course I can see that, and it's easy to identify. But where is the interference going? You can actually almost see that reflection on the door. Now, what took place as well with this situation with the flickering, it ended up popping the breaker to the point to where it could not be reset. And of course, they're all arc fault, and they're extremely sensitive. So, with this condition, the electrician, and what he was thinking, since we had this condition of electrical interference, we were trying to isolate where the interference was. Could have been with the dimmer, could have been with the lights. But what he selected to do in looking at this was everything else that was on this circuit. He checked the wiring inside this switch box, which has the dimmer for the recess cans, recess lighting on the porch, which is what the dimmer affects or works. This is a dining room, so none of the receptacles in here had to be dealt with. It's on its own dedicated circuit. This light switch, he took this switch apart, made sure that we didn't have any neutrals crossed up or touching or anything like that. He took this switch bank apart, made sure that we had no electrical wires touching, took apart every single one of these receps in this room to make sure that nothing was touching. And nothing was found. Everything was where it should have been. Everything was isolated. All the wire nuts were tight. No bare wires exposed anywhere. So, now, within this, his thought was to adjust the voltage dimmage on this dimmer switch. So to actually help eliminate the flickering. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you exactly what he did. Okay, this is where he ended up setting the dimmers to where it eliminated the flickering. Now there's no flickering, but now the dimming, that's the most that they will dim. That's unacceptable. The bulbs should be within a minimum of 10%. So these aren't so bad, but still not to their limits that there should be. I'm not so sure that this is definitely not the solution. And I am questioning why the electrician would question the receptacles and or other devices, as in the dimmers, to be an impact on the issue. And as he left, they spent about 2 hours trying to figure it out. And at the point of coming to the end of adjusting all the dimmers, he said that this was the best that they could do. And that is the lowest that these can be set. That's not good. And these, that's as low as they can get, which is okay, but it's not what the true capability of the dimmer can produce. So they replaced the breaker. They adjusted all the dimmers, the 3 dimmers that were on this circuit. They went through all the receptacles, which is this room here, the master bedroom. Nothing was found. So he said I had to take it up with boss man. And so that's where they left me. Now, the electrician was asked to provide dimmers for all the recessed lighting at the trim. So therefore, he was to provide dimmers and compatible lighting fixtures. So I'm putting it out there to get some feedback, what others would do in this situation. I'll make a follow-up video on this situation. Okay. I tried numerous times to reach out to the electrical contractor. He would not return my calls. I texted him numerous times. That can be verified. We had numerous emails back and forth. He provided me with all the device and fixture data to support where he was at with trying to come across the solution, but no solution was resolved. So, looking at the information that he provided me and looking up myself the basic information for the dimmers and the fixtures. And the basis is this. The dimmers are 150 watt. Each fixture is rated for about 10 watts of usage per fixture. We got 60 watts. So we're not even meeting half the capacity of the dimmer itself. So, and knowing and seeing that the only cause and effect was with this one dimmer, with this one set of lights that the dimmer controlled. So now, and it was really disappointing that he would not come back out and follow up, nor would he respond to any of my phone calls. So I had to take this situation on myself or pay another electrician to come out and try to diagnose what the problem is. So it was pretty easy of a process of elimination. Seeing that this switch was the only one that had any effect on anything. They swapped that dimmer out twice. The same thing happened. No positive result. So, from what I can see, knowing what information I had, was it could easily be the fixtures that they provided out here for this porch. Now, the project was finalized by the city of Jacksonville Beach shortly after Christmas. And I reached out to them relating to this issue pretty much right about that time. The last text that I sent them was on the 27th of December. I sent them an email, I think a day or so before. I can verify that if it comes to that. But the disappointing part is that after the electricians came out and spent a couple of hours and could not find the problem, they just left it with me. And unfortunately, the contractor is responsible in the end. So here I am. Now, this is what I did. I went ahead and swapped out these cans for some different fixtures that had a better tolerance for dimming. I think these were down to 5%. And with doing so, now we can go into a full dim, just walk it down. Now we pretty much got them all shut down. We got the maximum dim for the porch. No flickering at all. I reset all the other switches. To their maximum dim, and everything works fine. No flickering. Really disappointing. The electrical contractor did not want to assume responsibility for the work that he and was put on his plate. If there was any issue with it, it should have been discussed. He did not want to discuss anything with me. Numerous calls, not one response. He stated that that out there on the porch, we had the same number of cans as in we had in this location, which is 6 to match. So that was a hint number 1 for the master closet. 6 fixtures, the same wattage usage, same dimmer. So that was clue number 1. So, but now the client feels comfortable with moving into their bedroom. So, resolved by contractor. Shame.